Hi guys, got there in the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream, yet another one on the Danny McArdle channel where it's not about Manchester City today, we talked through that yesterday. Today will be a stream about England's upcoming international games. As you know, this channel is not only Manchester City content, but it's also England content as well. In England they've got some games coming up as the international break looms us. So we're going to be talking about them games now. My mouth all right there? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so some big games for England coming up. Three international games I've got in the space of a week, 7 days. There's a lot of games to fit in. I'll get the fixtures up now on my screen I've got here. So there's three World Cup qualifier games. We'll run through the squad after that as well, and we'll talk about that. We'll have a 30-minute chat probably about these upcoming games for England, whether you'd fancy our chances in them. So first game, which is Thursday the 2nd of September, 7:45 kickoff, is an away game. So this is our first game after the Euro 2021 heroics, where we sadly got beat by Italy in the final on penalties, what a way to lose. So you're hoping we can take some confidence from that tournament into these qualifying games, which are very important because we want to qualify for the World Cup. People saying they're only friendlies, they're not, they're important games. So first game we've got Hungary at the Pukas Arena. That's Thursday the 2nd of September, kicking off at 7:45. I think that will be a tough game. Hungary actually done alright at the Euros. They were in the drawn in a tough group with France, Portugal, Germany, and they've done quite well. They got a draw against France, I remember, but they did sadly get knocked out. But they're a decent team. Second game now, this is a really winnable game for me, the most winnable out of the three for me. We play Andorra, at the Wembley Stadium. That is Sunday, the 5th of September, kicking off at 5 o'clock. That should be an easy win, no doubts about it. One of the worst ranked teams in the world, I think, so you'd expect an easy win. And then this is probably the toughest game for me out of the three. The last game on Wednesday, the 8th of September, 7:45 kickoff. We play Poland away at the National Stadium Warsaw. That'll be a tough game, obviously, because they've got Lewandowski, who's a really, really good player, Wojciech Szczesny in goal. But I'd really fancy England to win all three of them games and take some confidence out the Euros into these qualifying games. We're currently sit top of the group, I think. We'll have a look at that now. Do we sit top of the group? I believe we do. If I can actually get it up somewhere yet. No, I doesn't say. I think we are top of our group. I think we've won all of our games, am I right in saying? But yeah, it's important we win these games because we want to qualify for the World Cup in the next World Cup. Looking at them three games, I think 7 points minimum and 9 points maximum. You probably expect 3 wins there. As I say, I think Poland will be the toughest game away. As I've said, they've got Lewandowski, Szczesny in goal. Some good players. We're going to look through the England squad now. The squad Gareth Southgate's picked. He's picked a 25-man squad. It's pretty much similar to what he picked at the Euros. It's literally the same. It's the same squad really. But obviously Patrick Bamford got a call up. Who's been really good for Leeds. He's earned his call up. There was no Mason Greenwood in the squad. He's been left out. Apparently he's actually been tipped to play for Jamaica. Didn't know that. He's obviously got some Jamaican descent through family, you would have thought. But we're going to look at the squad now that Gareth Southgate has chosen for these qualifiers. I think it's a good squad personally. He's pretty much picked the same squad that he went with at the Euros, which is fair enough really. It's absolutely fair enough. So let's have a look. I've got the squad here now, a 25-man squad. I believe it is. Goalkeepers, we have Jordan Pickford, who was fantastic at the Euros, I must say. Proved a lot of people wrong, including me. Nick Pope, Sam Johnston, so it's the same three keepers that played at the Euros. Defenders, we've got a total of 9 defenders. We'll start with the centre-backs, Conor Cody, Tyrone Mings, Harry Maguire and John Stones. Full-backs, Kyle Walker, who can also vacate in that centre-back role if needed. Kieran Trippier, Luke Shaw, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Reece James. Pretty solid defence. Onto the midfield, with Jordan Henderson, Jesse Lingard who got a call up, Declan Rice, Mason Mount, Calvin Phillips and Jude Bellingham. Attackers, Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane, Jadon Sancho, Jack Grealish, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Bukayo Saka and Patrick Bamford, who was called up to the squad. So it's a good squad in all. It's literally similar to the one that was picked for the Euros, with the addition of Lingard and Bamford, two good additions. Players who missed out, I believe, Ben White missed out, Ben Chilwell did, Ben Godfrey. Phil Foden's obviously injured. Yeah, I think he'd have been called up regardless. James Ward-Prowse missed out of the squad. I'm surprised by that. I think he's a really good player. Bit harsh to miss out. Marcus Rashford, there was no room for him. No Ollie Watkins, no Mason Greenwood, as we touched on. No Tammy Abraham, no Danny Ings. That was harsh for me. I thought Ings was a worthy shout of being called up. And no Harvey Barnes. Hi mate, hi Chris mate, nice to see you as always. Hope you're doing well, pal. I was in F1 watch-along, but race being delayed due to rain. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't follow F1. What race is that? Is it Spanish, Italian? You'll have to let me know. I don't really watch F1 if I'm being honest. I know some of the drivers, but I just don't really watch it, if that makes sense. I was in F1 watch-along, but the race was being delayed due to rain. Sorry to hear that. So touching on that, it's a good squad, I think. A squad that should be getting 3 wins out of 3 in these upcoming games. It's literally, as I say, the same squad that was picked at the Euros by Gareth Southgate. He's gone with the same squad, with the addition of Lingard and Bamford. Bamford's done well at Leeds. Lingard was good at West Ham, but he's hardly been given a chance by Man United at the start of this season. But he's a very good player. Belgium, nice one mate, the Belgium Grand Prix. I'm guessing that's in Brussels maybe. Yeah, good to hear. But yeah, I think the squad looks good. And England should be getting 3 wins here. And it'd massively boost our hopes of reaching the World Cup, which is what we want. We'd like to qualify for the World Cup, and hopefully we've got a massive chance of winning the World Cup. I think Gareth Southgate's doing a great job. He really is. He's picking the right players. He's doing well, and I think England are progressing as a country. We were very unlucky to lose to Italy. We did sadly bottle it in the final, but we're making progress, I believe. It's dangerous conditions, drivers can't see anything, so it's a right decision. Fair play there, yeah, it obviously is. You don't want anyone crashing or getting seriously hurt, so yeah, definitely, or even dying, you know. Obviously the right decision made there. Really excited for these games coming. It is sad that the Premier League's kind of had to take a pause already. It's only 3 games gone in that, and it's been really exciting. So it's a bit sad it's had to pause, but we'll support England and hope they win their games. 3 important games, as I say. Hungary away will be tough, but I think we should win. Andorra at home should be a walk in the park, if I'm being honest. And Poland away, that'll be a tough game. But I think we should have enough to win. So it's 9 points there for me. That'll really, really boost our chances of qualifying for the World Cup. Who have England got? I'll tell you now, mate. We've got Thursday night, 7:45. We've got Hungary away. Sunday, 5 o'clock, I think it was, at tea time. We've got Andorra at Wembley, and then Wednesday, 3 days after that, we play Poland away at 7:45. They're the 3 games we've got in the space of 7 days, I believe. So it's quite a lot of games to be played in that period of time. You don't want anyone getting injured. I think that'd be the worst thing for any club. Hopefully the players can stay fit and healthy, and and put in good performances for England as well. But you don't want anyone being injured, no way. I think that'd be a nightmare for anyone, for any club. I'm excited for the games. I thought we were brilliant at the Euros. We really were. We were fantastic at the Euros, but we were unfortunate to lose to Italy. But we 1-0 up as well. Luke Shaw put us 1-0 up, and I remember going crazy. And Italy got the equaliser, and they just won on penalties, didn't they? It's one of them, really. Tough to take. we should be going through really. Yeah, we should be there. We definitely should be. We should be winning all three of them games, I think. Obviously, there's a few tough ones there, Hungary and Poland, but regardless, we should be winning. And that'll boost our chances of making the World Cup. As I say, I'm happy with the squad Southgate's picked. I don't think he's done much wrong, to be honest. I know there's some Man United fans were saying to me they're unhappy that Greenwood's been picked over Bamford, but Bamford's earned his called up. He's been good at Leeds. He was good at the end of last season. Probably unfortunate to miss out on the Euro squad. Danny Ings was a shout for me. I think he's been fantastic. You know, but Bamford's earned his call up, and I think Lingard's earned his call up as well for the performances he put in for West Ham last season. And it's actually looking likely now Ronaldo signed for United. He'll get a move to West Ham, which I think's best for him. I think he was amazing at West Ham, and he should definitely go there permanently. I don't want him to be wasted at Man United and sit on the bench. If he goes to West Ham, he'll be playing every week, so it makes sense for me. I feel the Euros was our best chance. Teams will only be stronger ahead of World Cup. Yeah, that's the worry, mate, for me too. France will be stronger. Germany will. Portugal will. Holland will. A lot of teams will be stronger. Belgium, maybe. But you'd hope England would as well. You'd hope England would keep progressing, carry on what they're doing, and I'd say we've got a huge chance of winning the World Cup. I really do. We've got a hell of a team now. We just need to stop bottling it. That's the only thing I'll say. That's the only thing I'll say, really. We just need to get rid of that bottling mentality, which seems to happen all the time, sadly, because it's no good. We really, need to stop the bottling in big games. We bottled it against Italy, we did. We're 1-0 up that game, there's no excuses. We bottled it. But it was so sad to lose. To doing so well to get that far. We look at the way we played against Germany. When we beat Germany 2-0, we were fantastic. The game plan was just perfect. Ukraine, we smashed them. Denmark, I thought we were quite lucky, if I'm being honest. We were lucky against Denmark, I'll admit. But we done well there. Scotland were awful. I remember that. I even thought we'd pull our first match. Who was it against Croatia? We got away with that, I thought. And we even won the last group game 1-0 against Czech Republic, so we kind of rode our stride a bit, but, we done well at the same time, I thought. Let's have a look at this. I'm not a fan of Southgate, but he's the right man for us. Yeah, definitely, mate. I think Southgate's doing a fantastic job. He's progressing us. I think he's one of the best managers we've had in a long time. He's better than the other managers we've had, Roy Hodgson, Ericsson, Capello. And, I really like Southgate. I like what he's doing. He's obviously got a good relationship with the players. He believes in young players. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a top manager and a good leader. Dyche, how Potter wouldn't put us in a better position. No, I agree, mate. Stick with Southgate. I'd give him a long-term contract. His heart's in the job as well, as I say. If you put Dyche out, I wouldn't want Dyche anyway, to be honest. Eddie Howe could maybe be a good shout, but I don't think he'd overtake Southgate. I really don't. I'd stick with Southgate. I think he's doing well. I know some people don't like him. I don't know why. They say he gets it wrong with his team selections. Maybe he does overthink a bit sometimes, but against Germany, he got it absolutely spot on. He could have maybe done a bit better against Italy with his decision making. He made the wrong subs, didn't he? Maybe got his team wrong as well. I don't know. But I think he's a great manager and he's doing really well with England. He's one of the best international managers in the world right now, I'd say. Southgate is experienced international-wise. Yeah, he is now, mate. Obviously, he's been, how long has he had the England job for now? 4 years? So yeah, he's classed as experienced now. When he first got the job, he wasn't, because he only managed England under 21s. He managed Middlesbrough. He'd actually done well at Middlesbrough. He got sacked harshly. Middlesbrough was second in the Championship and top on goal difference, actually. Second, but he got sacked for some reason and Middlesbrough went downhill after that. But he'd done a good job for the under 21s at England, and he landed the national job, and he's done well. He really has. For internationals, you need experienced international managers. Yeah, and Southgate's one of them now. Obviously, France have got the champs. He's been there a while. He's won them the World Cup. He's done all right. Obviously, didn't do well the last tournament, but they've stuck by him by the looks of it. I think Joachim Löw's left Germany now, has he? Yeah, I believe he has. Portugal have had their manager quite a long time, haven't they? Yeah, it's always better when you've got experienced international managers, I believe. Southgate's doing well. Southgate had experience at under-21s, which is still the national sphere. Yeah, exactly, mate, yeah. He managed the under-21s for quite a while as well, I think. Before the under-21s, I think he only managed Middlesbrough, and that was only for a few years. He actually got relegated with Middlesbrough from the Premier League, but after that season, Middlesbrough played in the Championship and he got sacked that season for being top on goal difference, which I thought was harsh. And Middlesbrough ended up going downhill after that. They ended up finishing like mid-table, I think. So that bit Middlesbrough on the arse. But he's a good manager. He really is. Credit to what he's done with England. He just needs to win something now, I think. And then he'll get even more respect. Yeah, Hansi Flick replaced Joachim Löw. Was that the ex-Bayern manager? Was he Bayern Munich manager, I think? I think he was, wasn't he? He's a good manager, and surprised he left Bayern, actually. He done well there, didn't he? I think, did he win them the Champions League? I think he did, didn't he? Yeah, so it's a good appointment for Germany, that. I don't know what Joachim Löw will do now, like, he managed Germany for so long. Will he get another job? I don't know. Maybe a club in Germany might take him, he might get another national job, you don't know. I'm always a big believer that you should have a manager from your own country. Don't go like to another country and get a manager. Like, for example, when Ericsson managed England, he was Swedish. I didn't agree with that. I always believe you should go with your own countrymen. That's just my thought. So, and Gareth Southgate is one of us. Yeah, won Bayern Munich a treble. He did do a good job then, didn't he? Doesn't get much better. So he's obviously a top manager then. He might take Germany forward then. I think looking at Germany in the Euros, they were so backwards. They definitely need a new direction. And obviously they've done the right thing, and even getting rid of Lowe and bringing in Flick, he's called. I think he'll sort them out. And the thing is with Germany, when I watched them at the Euros, I thought the team was ageing. It just looked backwards for me. It didn't look like they were going forward. And it showed that when England totally outplayed them. They just didn't have a game plan, Germany. They had some chances in that game to score as well. I mean, Timo Werner missed the one-on-one, didn't he? Put it wide. I was in the pub, it was bouncing. But yeah, they need a new direction. Germany should have done better. He was, yeah, mate, they bottled it. Poor tournament from them. Obviously, we beat them in the quarterfinals, didn't we? So yeah, I think if Germany don't reach the final, it's classed as failure, really. It's a country with big expectations, big ambitions. Yeah. And we totally outplayed them. We had a game plan and it worked. They couldn't deal with us that day. And Southgate got criticised for his line-up before the game. And he got it spot on. But yeah, Germany need a new direction, 100%. But I think they'll be better at the World Cup. They'll be one of the countries that'll be better. Brazil will be better after their Copa America disappointment and losing to Argentina. A lot of teams will be better. France will be a lot better for me. They'll want to make up for the shocking Euros they had in losing to a shock defeat to Switzerland, which no one saw happening. I predicted Italy and Denmark to reach semi-finals at Euros. What a genius. Fucking hell, mate. Well done. I actually predicted Italy to win it from the start. I just had a feeling about Italy. I thought they were going to do something special, and so they did. But I never would have thought Denmark could have reached the semis, nowhere near. So fair play, mate. That's unbelievable. I thought Denmark might have gone out with a group or got to the early knockout rounds and got knocked out, but I had Italy to win it from the start. I just thought there was something special about them, and they're on a crazy unbeaten run under Mancini as well. They were a hell of a team to watch, worthy winners. I put Turkey to finish bottom of their group and people laughed at me. Well, you proved them wrong, didn't you, mate? Turkey was shocking. Biggest disappointment for me at the Euros, maybe along with France. They were shocking, and I think people were expecting good things of Turkey as well, and they just completely bottled it. They just bottled it, didn't they? They had some decent players as well. Son Yuchu, the Leicester centre back. and they just crumbled. I had France to win it. I think a lot of people did. A lot of people I knew had France to win it because the team's unbelievable, isn't it? They've got some amazing players. France were probably, yeah, I'd say France were the biggest disappointment for me. Obviously, they got knocked out the first round, didn't they? Like round of 16, round of 32. And they got beat off Switzerland. They were winning, what was it, 3-1 in that match, and they just bottled it. They got beat on penalties, of course, because Mbappe missed. It was a great game of football. I really enjoyed it. But France were a massive disappointment, and I kind of knew from then onwards Italy had got to win it. I said it at the start. But when I saw France get knocked out, I thought, yeah, this is a huge chance for Italy, or even England now. And England ended up playing Italy in the final, didn't they? So it was a great tournament, though. Really good. Portugal disappointed as well. They went out early, didn't they? For some of the great players they had. But yeah, I think the World Cup will be amazing. It'll be really good. Let's have a look. France and Germany are the two biggest disappointments for me. Good shouts, mate. Germany, yeah, again, massive disappointment. Germany crumbled against us, as I say. We had a game plan and it worked, and they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle our game plan, or should I say Gareth Southgate's game plan. France, yeah, I'd agree, France, for me, were the biggest disappointments in the tournament. For the team they had and the players they had, there's no excuses. They should not have gone out that early, and they should not have gone out to Switzerland of all teams. No disrespect. Still successful tournament for England. Yeah, it was, mate. We done well. Reaching a final was a huge success. It's a shame we didn't win it. Of course it is. You don't like losing any final in football, but I think I predicted England to make the semis, so it's definitely progress. It's better than I expected. I don't know, where did you have them, Chris? Did you have them quarters, semis? I had them semis, so they've made progress. It's a shame we didn't win it, but I think we've got a huge chance of winning the World Cup under Southgate. Just keep doing what we're doing. We've got some great young players. Maybe he needs to make some of his decision making a bit better of picking his lineups and substitutes, but I'm sure that'll come. But it's looking good. Unfortunately, we have to progress from that, which would be, I can't see the rest of the comment, mate. Last 16, alright, yeah, I can see there. Yeah. Oh, you had England in the last 16 to finish last, oh bloody hell, so you predicted England to go in the last 16. Oh, Jesus. I wouldn't have had it that bad, I said the semis, I think. Yeah, I did say the semis, bloody hell, so you weren't confident then. So they've overtook both of our expectations, especially yours, Chris. We're making progress. It takes time. We're doing okay. Believe in Southgate and believe in what he's doing. That's all I've got to say, really. And obviously losing on penalties is harsh. It's not nice. It's really not nice. Horrible way to lose any game of football, let alone a final. To be honest, to be fair, to get knocked out by Germany is ironic, though. Yeah, it is, mate. Well, as history says, Germany always got the better of us, but we got the better of them for once, and we totally outplayed them and deserved our win, I thought. I don't know if it was more us being good or Germany being poor, maybe a bit of both. That's what I wanted England to prove me wrong with the statement win against Germany. Yeah, mate, 100%. Well, they definitely proved you wrong. I must admit, I was another one that was feeling the worst against Germany because of what you mentioned there. They always got the better of us in previous years, like 2010 they beat us 4-1. That goal that Lampard scored, which crossed the line, which never did, apparently. They have always got the better of us before that, and I was worried for that reason that we'd crumble. But we had a game plan and it worked massively, and they couldn't handle us. But I'd say that was the best win for England in that tournament. Beating Germany, and the atmosphere was amazing where I was at in the pub. It was bouncing. That was the best win for me. I actually believed from that match that we could win it. Obviously we played well against Ukraine, but that was basic. I thought Denmark, we were lucky. It was a big win, but I thought we were lucky that match. And Italy, we just crumbled. Yeah. Did we play Germany in the last? I keep saying quarter final. We played them in the last 16, didn't we? It was Ukraine we played quarter final, and then we played Denmark in the semis. But for me, that Germany win was the best out of the lot, because we beat a top team and we got our game plan right. Yeah, that was a fantastic win. But just a shame we didn't beat Italy. We could have won that game as well. We really could have. But Italy, to be fair, defended phenomenally. Chiellini and Benucci, amazing, aren't they? Yeah, last 16, yeah, I thought so, mate. Yeah, I thought it was. I keep saying quarter. I don't know why. I've got it stuck in my head that we beat them in the quarters, but yeah, it was the last 16. Let's have a look at this. Apparently, Liverpool being linked with Luis Suarez. Oh, bloody hell, really? Well, you see Ronaldo going back to Man U. You never know. Suarez could go back to Liverpool. I wouldn't rule it out, mate. It'd be a good signing as well. Obviously, I think Liverpool need a striker personally. And he's still a good player. I know he's 33 now, but he can still offer a lot. I think it'd be a good signing personally. Maybe get a few years out of him. He's still a world-class striker for me. Liverpool need a striker, I think. I'd go for him, but he'd be quite cheap as well, I'd have thought now, with his age, going up. It could be a good signing. It really could for me. You get that done before deadline day, Could have a real coup there. I think Firmino's good. I really do. I'm a big fan of Firmino, but I think Liverpool kind of need a world-class striker, if I'm being honest. A bit like Man City. Man City need that right now. It's what Man City need as well. Obviously, Liverpool got Firmino, Man City have Jesus. Two similar type of strikers. They're not the good strikers, but they're not quite elite, if you get me. They're both top players, though, both Brazilian. 34-year-old, fuck that, I'll take him. Yeah, mate, yeah, you get a good few years out of him. You look at Man United signing the 36-year-old Ronaldo. He's 2 years younger and he's still a world-class striker, Suarez. And he knows where the back of the net is. Look at his stats over the years. Would you take Suarez, for Liverpool or City? But for Liverpool, yeah, I think he'd be a great signing, mate. I think he'd be a really good signing. Yeah, I'd definitely. If I was Liverpool, I'd go for him, especially if he's cheap as well. And bring him back to Anfield, yeah. No brainer for me. It won't cost a lot as well. It won't cost a lot at all. Yeah, but I think that's what. Obviously, Chelsea've got Lukaku. For City, yeah, I would. Yeah, I think it'd be a great option. I'd take him to City. Yeah, we need a striker, so obviously I like Jesus, as you know that, as I mentioned last night. I'd take Suarez as another option, 100%. Yeah, it'd be good for any team. He's a quality striker, isn't he? I'd take him for City. Yeah, definitely. Get a good few years out of him. Obviously, I wanted City to sign Kane, but that didn't happen. But it is what it is. Like I mentioned last night, I'm happy with Man City's team. I think we're still I think we're in good shape. I really like our team. Proving it with that 5-0 win yesterday, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'd definitely take Suarez at City, yeah, no doubt about it. But yeah, for England, 3 big games coming up. 3 big games, obviously Andorra you'd expect us to win. Poland will be a tough game, but you expect us to win. Hungary, you expect us to win that. So it's hopefully going to be 3 wins there. No doubt about it. We need to get rid of Origi, made our bed from. Yeah, he needs to go there. He's been there a long time now, hasn't he? The only thing I remember about Origi, what stands out on my head is that winner he scored against Everton, where Pickford made a mess of it and it kind of bounced. And he kind of tapped it in, I think. It was a big goal because Liverpool went top of the league that day. But he's nothing special, is he? Especially not a Liverpool player. Should have sold Origi after Champions League when he was on high. Yeah, mate, yeah. He could do a job somewhere else. Maybe a mid-table Premier League team like a Crystal Palace, a Burnley, even a Newcastle. But he's not that good, where he should be playing for a top 4 Premier League team. No chance, he's not that good. He's riding his luck there, to be honest. He'd be a good player for a Burnley or a Palace, or even, as I said, a Newcastle. But yeah, he's nothing special, is he? I just remember him for that goal he scored against Everton. That's what stands out to me. Did he score in the final as well in the Champions League? He might have, but I just remember that Everton goal where it was like a 90th minute winner, wasn't it? It was a 90th minute winner, I think. I was in the pub at the time, and it was a big win for Liverpool that day. He would do well at Brighton. Brighton's a good shout, mate. Another mid-table kind of Premier League team. He'd be good at Brighton, yeah. It's another good shout. Palace, Brighton, teams like that, yeah. But he's not even a top 6 Premier League player. I think that's more his level. Or maybe a move to a European club, I don't know. He scored in that Barcelona game, didn't he? How could I forget that? Yeah, he did, mate. Yeah, I totally forgot that, honestly. I remember the game, but I just don't remember Origi scoring. Yeah, he done well that game. But the game that stands out to me when I think of Origi is the Everton match where he got the winner, didn't he? Yeah. I totally forgot about that match though against Barcelona. That was one of the best games ever as well. How can I forget that? Nah, he needs a move, didn't he? Simple as that, he needs a move. Right then, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. It was good talking about England. We had a good chat about other stuff as well. Chris, thanks for tuning in, mate, and anyone else. It was a good talk, and hopefully England can get 3 wins out of 3 in the upcoming European qualifying games against Hungary, Andorra and Poland. So there's 2 away matches and 1 home match. Let's get 3 wins and qualify for the World Cup. Let's qualify for the World Cup, and in Southgate we trust. Come on, England. That's what you expect from Pickford. He played shit that game, didn't he, mate? He played terrible. Come on, England. Well said, mate. Take care, mate. Thank you, pal. You take care too, mate. Look after yourself. And come on, England. Thanks for watching.